Yo guys, what's up? Zach here, welcome back to a new video. Today we're just be answering some questions I've been asked in person and a few that have been left in comment sections of mine. Might as well do it while having a chill evening session at the local. Sunsets in like, God knows how long, about an hour or so. Yeah, I just thought why not film while I'm here, still have my camera equipment from the Bradley Stoke session yesterday. Which view would have been like a week ago, but you know what I mean. First question I get asked a lot is, how do you commit to things so easily? Like how do I manage to put my feet, or try to put my feet on my deck, even if it's like a really hard trick, you know, like a kicky or a bright inward or whatever, you know. The real answer is I have no clue. I've just been doing this for a long time and I know how to ride, but saying that to someone in person just makes you come off as like prickish and arrogant, which I don't want to be sounding. The real answer is just practice, really. Like, took me what, like 4 years to actually land my first over tail whip. Jump and stay on with 2 feet. That's basically it. Just try and get your 2 feet to your deck, and once you have your 2 feet to your deck, you're fine. Another question I get asked, asked a lot, is how long have I been riding? And I kind of answered that in my last one, but I've been riding scooters since maybe like 6 or 7. But that was like with a crappy JD bug. And then I think it was probably about this time of year, so about April, May of 2021, I bought a proper custom scooter off of a SKATEHUT, which had Reaper V3s and like a 2012 MGP deck. And it was like, it looked like one of the old Razor decks, but so technically I've been riding for over 10 years, like over a decade, but so I didn't start learning tricks until like this time in 2021. I just tell people that. So for now that would be, well, it's 2025 now, so I've been technically riding about 4 years after learning how to like properly tail whip and then double whip and bar spin and stuff like that. So another question I've been asked when I've gone to other skate parks by people who like have seen the YouTube or seen my Instagram, which by the way, if you haven't, go check that out, link will be in the description and on screen right now. But a lot of people ask me, where is this skate park? If you want to know, it's called Warmley Forest Skate Park. To be fair, I tend to tag them a lot when I post it on my Instagram, even though the Instagram account for the skate park hasn't been active in about 4 or 5 years now. Another question I've been asked recently is why the fuck I wear jeans, like baggy jeans instead of joggers, because apparently it makes me look gay. Now I wear them because it's always a style I've been interested in, kind of like the baggy Y2K style clothing. It's what my mum was kind of wearing a lot of when I was growing up. Kind of just fell in love with that whole style. Plus then the baggy jeans kind of came into style in the scooter and skateboard community anyway, with street riders and skateboarders. So especially at skatepark, I've always been kind of around this baggy jeans style. Cam actually from Hengrove started wearing baggy jeans and I was like, oh, it actually looks good on a park rider, maybe I'll buy a pair. Brilliant. Yo, one thing I got asked was where my comp video went. That got prohibited because I'm my ex-girlfriend then. So, oh shit. Alright guys, I've just had to change the camera angle for a second time now. I put it for super wide view and then I realised I don't like how the clips look in that, so going back to just wide view on the GoPro. But another question I get asked relatively frequently, especially like in person, what shoes do I wear? Because a lot of times I'll be riding in Adidas Superstars, which have been for the past few years my favourite pair of shoes to ride in. They're just comfortable, mould well to your feet. They do break, but they break to the point where you can still ride them for a good few months without having to replace them. For a few months I did ride SB Dunks, because I wanted a change, wanted to see how SB Dunks felt. I did not like them as much. They ripped too easy, and I pretty much spent 70 quid on a pair of shoes that I wore for a month, and now I can't even ride them for just going out because they are that destroyed. Like Air Forces, like Air Forces before, which are okay, but again, like the SB Dunks, they went pretty quickly. So my overall pair of shoes to ride has been Superstars for the past 3 years. If you go back to pretty much every single one of my videos, bar maybe like 2 or 3, I would be riding Adidas Superstars. Different colours, but oh shit, I landed flat. Yeah, different coloured Superstars, but Superstars nonetheless. Okay, so another question I get asked is, am I sponsored? Short answer is no, I'm not, but I'd love to be sponsored by maybe like SKATEHUT UK or District or MGP. My smaller goals is SKATEHUT UK, or just to be sponsored by the current team I'm in. And this is where people get confused. I ride for a clothing brand called 180. They're a streetwear for action sports, not a proper scooter team, but they have team riders that you can become one, and then they do a sponsorship, but they do very limited of them. Thank you. Another question I get asked quite frequently is, how old am I? The answer to that is, I am 18 years of age. I don't look it in person because I am short, but I am born in September of 2006. So, and I still ride a stupid kid's toy. Someone also asked me recently on the bus why I ride scooters instead of skateboards. Simple answer is, I used to ride both, but I prefer scooters. A lot of my YouTube community won't know is that I used to be a skateboarder back in like 2018, 2019 and COVID. It was decent, couldn't really do anything. I could ollie and just about kickflip every now and then, but after lockdown kind of went back to what I'd been riding as a little kid and kind of found my love, found my passion for that. Lots of people have also asked me how I stay motivated, especially during periods of time when there's not a lot or any progression. Key thing is, I don't. There are so many times where I'm tempted to sell my scooter because there's demotivation, not enough progress, injuring myself 24/7. So I just think, why bother anymore? I'm an adult, why bother? But the reason why I still ride my scooter and still figure out ways to be motivated is because it's what I enjoy. Now, if you do not enjoy it wholeheartedly, then yeah, maybe you should quit. I'm not saying you should, I'm just saying maybe you try something else if you find your passion for that. Maybe you take a few months break. What I've done for the past couple of years is between November and January, completely stopped riding. Put my scooter away, put the camera equipment away, and took a break. Found some interest in other things like drawing and painting, as well as also, you know, the standard video games, all-nighters, Twitch streams, that sort of stuff. And I find in my biggest droughts of demotivation and no progression, the best thing to do is take a month, 2 month, 3 month, however long break you want to do. Hold on, take my jacket off a sec. Because I find once you've come back from that, especially if loads of your other friends keep riding and are progressing in that time, that will motivate you to get back out there and get back on your scooter, get back riding, get back learning stuff. And then when you're back, well, your mates will be a bit better, and then you'll want to progress more. And then by the time you're wanting to progress more and have more motivation, they might lose motivation. And then you can tell them the exact same stuff I'm saying now. Oh shit, ow, flat. Back up. One main thing, and probably one of the last things I'll talk about, is how I kept riding even though I was getting bullied for it. I've been approached by a few people in person about why they should keep riding if people keep making fun of them for it. My simple answer is, because it has nothing to fucking do with them. Like, if you riding a scooter is gonna piss off some kid in your school year or whatever, that much to the point where they're bullying you about it, it's their own issue, not yours. Clearly got something wrong in their own life, and taking out on someone who enjoys theirs to make themselves feel better. Because I went through the same when I was in secondary school. I was being picked on because I was the only kid in my school who rode scooters, and I let it get to me at one point. I really did. What does my Wednesday, Thursday evening have anything to do with some kid who lives in a whole other city to me? You know, like, I live in Bristol, this kid who lived in Bath. The simple answer is, it has nothing to fucking do with them. They're just trying to pick on someone for being different. They're just miserable with their own lives because they have nothing to fucking do besides probably smoke, vape, drink, and do a whole bunch of illegal shit, which does sound fun, yes. But considering in my off seasons from scooting, I have done some of those things, not saying which. Like, I would much rather be at a skate park all day and throughout the evening, rather than sat in a field all day with a bunch of random people I don't actually know, smoking my life away at the age of 18, or at this point would be an age of like 14. I want to say thanks so much, guys, for watching the last few videos if you have, and this one. It's getting really dark. I need to get some water because my throat is extremely dry. Well, that being said, catch you guys next one. Peace. I didn't feel gay.